welcome. You're here early, that's good. Means there's something special about you. The Elysian might look a bit fancy, but she's been through more storms than I can count. She'll take care of you, and if you would be so kind, take good care of her. We got a whole lot going wrong around here. You better train up. We got terrors knocking on our infrastructure, and some mighty strange occurrences going on. I'm afraid our world is at risk. Without people like you, cornucopias might fall into darkness. Better get smart, get trained, and be ready. The storm is coming. I can feel it. I'd like to say we've been through worse, but this time I'm not so sure. Good luck out there. You're going to need every bit you can get.
Yeah, from the basement to the bull run, let's get it. We rise through every flame, we never quit it. I was down, charts red, blood on my paper. Learning every candlestick tear turned me braver. Support under pressure, resistance on my shoulders. Every loss was tuition, now my mind's bolder. Volume spikes in my vision, heat forged my fire. Stop loss on my doubt, take profit on desire. I grind while they sleep, midnight scroll through the data. Rising through the levels, breakouts my creator. They said I'd fold, I told them watch me unfold. Build amidst the blaze, heart tempered in the cold. We build amidst the flames, we never break. Climbing up the charts, making every play. Hard work pays off when the candles burn away. We're gonna make it, shine when the smoke clears day by day. We're gonna make it, watch us storm through the gray. Through every dip and delay, we still on our way. Margin calls tried to choke, turned them into fuel. TM maps in my soul, now I'm nobody's fool. Fibonacci guiding steps, Elliott waves align. Each rejection's in a center, step up the incline. Stop loss on my fears, breakouts in my mind. Bull runs in my blood, bear traps left behind. Hard-earned conviction, diamond in the rough. Trading hours till dawn, discipline's enough. The wick burns low, my spirit only grows. Ashes in my past, but I'm blazing for it now. Charts can't contain me, my vision unstoppable. We're gonna make it unbreakable. We forged through the fire, kept our faith unshaken. Analyzed every move, risk reward awakened. Building up our staking, every loss we've taken. We're gonna make it, see us rise when all's been shaken. We're gonna make it, our legacy's engraven in the book of the brave. We're the ones who remain. Let's go! Keep charting, keep grinding, never let it stop. We rise, we shine, we are unstoppable, unstoppable.
What's going on, Ada Gang? I'm Ada Ace, the founder of HydroDrip, a Cardano native incubator powering NFT, DeFi, and marketing for top-tier Web3 projects. We are built by community and driven by utility. So if you're looking for marketing or advisement, reach out to HydroDrip.io today. But this is Strike Zone Daily, where we check the markets, analyze the charts, and strike when the time is hot. But first, let's get that intro.
Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight. Welcome to the strike zone, lock it in tight. A to H's calling shots in the crypto fight.
Tuition paid, scars from the game. Now we trade with precision and flame. Strike while it's hot on that on-chain lane. With leverage loaded, he's calling your name. Cardinal the field and the zone is live. Every candle lit up like it's ready to drive. Drip fed moves with a hydro kick. Strike perpetuals, yeah, the plays come quick. So step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Step in the booth, let the markets unfold. This strike zone daily where the feelings go bold. Feelings go bold, feelings go bold, feelings go bold, feelings go bold. Welcome to
All right, guys. So let's get into it today. I do have to say I had to take a couple of days off. I had my son's birthday party. Then I was really damn tired because we didn't get back until 11 o'clock, and trying to get up at 4:30 in the morning to run a show and then go work all day. That's really hard. And then yesterday, I kind of have to say I forgot to set up the stream and everything. So, I took the day off again, but hey, I'm back at it today. I was trading yesterday, and I do have a couple of things to show you. I got a new trading partner and everything, but I got to get to work on time today. We got the city going to doing our inspections. We got ambulances. We got to show them. They got to look at every single thing, check on expiration dates and things that you would not expect to have expiration dates, So we got to make sure everything's right there. So let's jump into the show. All right, so we're going to be over here on taptools.io. This is where you get to look at all of the Cardano native token assets. You can look at NFTs. You can buy their NFT and be able to look at way more information and everything if you want to do that. But today's price right now, it says ADA's price is at 80 cents flat. 24-hour DEX volume is 3.89 million ADA. 24-hour NFT volume is almost 26,000 ADA. 24-hour active addresses is a little over 19,000 addresses, and the current chain load is just a little less than 13%. So, looking at the top 10 by market cap here, let's zoom in so you can see this a little better, maybe behind me. All right, so SNEC number one, we're up just a little bit over the last 24 hours. World Mobile's up just a little bit, basically flat over the last 24 hours. AGIX is down 1.62%. Liquid is up 3%. IAG is basically flat, down a 0.25%. Min token, the largest DEX by liquidity and volume, is up by almost 5%. You can stake their token to earn ADA from their exchange there. You have Strike that's down 2.77%. We'll get a little more into that as well today. Husky is up 2.67, still sitting at number 8 and still not zero. And Shin, the reserve coin for Jed, is up 0.42. And let's see, let's put this over here so you can actually get a little bit of the music. There you go. I'd like to say also real quick, thank you to all of the people in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe, share it out to everybody on your X stream, trying to get to at least 500 subs, really on the way to 1,000 subs. So go ahead and get that out there as well. Rounding out top 10 is the Indie token, basically flat as well. And as always, I give you the number 11 because I love some Kopi. They are down 1% on their token. They have a lot of stuff coming out. If you don't know about that token, back all the way up to the beginning, to the commercials at the very beginning in the first 5 minutes, and there's about a 2.5 minute trailer from Cornucopius there. So go ahead and look over there at that. Now the top 5 by the trending. Top 5 trending tokens currently, which would mean by volume. SNEC, Strike, Min token, the Wart token. That's a new meme coin. I got into it. I should have got out of it. I should have stayed in it. It is what it is. I didn't lose any, but right now it is double from when I got in, up almost 70%. So this is one of those things that you could get in and out of, and it is what it is. But you know, if you were there, there's discords that you can get in that will give you little inclinations of what's going to go on and other things like that. So let's look over at JPEG Store, because NFTs are going to come back and they're going to be great. And I just want to show you what some of the volumes are on the Cardano NFTs. So you got Dead Pixels is number 1. The Cornucopias file node is number 2. That's up 8% in the last 24 hours and has a volume increase of over 75% or almost 75%. That NFT is actually what you need to be able to run a file download node for Cornucopias. That's a game on the game that I was talking to you about, and what that NFT is, it's a node access key for you to be able to run their file node for people to be able to download the game from you and pay you and not AWS. Number 3, I'd like to say is great. Look, it's Wojaks. That's one of our partner projects, one of our directors from CTV and everything else. This is his project. We own some Wojak tokens. We yield Wojak tokens. Here's their NFTs. They are number 3 in the 24-hour volume, or number 3 by volume. Wild Tangs, Space Buds, the Ancestors, Cornucopias Land Cell, T-Bonds by Titans, Dirt Birds, and the Juggernaut Atmos, which is the transport vehicle in Cornucopias. So you have 3 Cornucopias NFTs on the top 10 volume for the last 24 hours, and that's because the game is going to have their land rush hopefully in less than 30 days. I did a video, live video on that. It is in pre-alpha. I did have some computer issues at the very end, so I do abruptly end that episode about an hour into it. My computer, the game froze because my camera froze. There was an update that OBS needed to do, and I updated that last night before I set up the stream and other things there. So it is what it is. It's not really, that wasn't Cornucopias. That was actually my own computer in OBS having an issue there as well. So let's get over to looking at the tokens on Tap Tools. So this is the cock token. I want to say that I was talking about that over here, and I said we were going to go up. This is a 12-hour chart, by the way. And when I said that we were going to go up, we were kind of over here in this motion, and we have gone up almost 20% on the 12-hour chart since then. I do definitely believe we are coming up further and getting ready to take back the 0.00828 ADA at the 1.618 of this move here. We have to obviously get past the 618 and the 786 first, but I kind of believe that that's kind of where we're going here on that token. Obviously not financial advice. I do hold some of the token. I don't trade the token. I am in the liquidity pool. So the more you trade, the more I make from the liquidity pool. That's just kind of how that works. All right, so looking at Liquid, this is the LQ token. This is essentially Cardano's Aave. And it is up. It's up almost to 420 there. On the 12-hour chart here, I really would like if Tap Tools could not put the auto on the charts. You know, it is what it is. So I'm eyeing us to come back up here, at least at almost the 8 ADA. That would be really nice for us to come back up here. Guys, we do have a long ways to go. This token was overpriced when it came in. I think its price when it came in, it was like 120 ADA per token. Obviously, they have changed tokenomics. They've changed a lot of things. They've been open and running for over 2 years. So that's a little bit about that. But all of those positive things about the tokenomics and the changes there is what, in my opinion, once the protocol starts getting used a lot more, once they get Bitcoin on chain and other things there, they are going to be the place that you go and borrow your stable coins from your unstable assets, whether it be Cardano native assets, will it be Midnight assets, will it be all kinds of different assets. They'll be having all kinds of things on chain. Looking at Bodega here, I do have to say that I guess maybe I was a little more bullish on the V3 and the token on here on the TA of things. That does not mean that we could have just come out to test below and then come back up. But it does look like it has retested the bottom of this flag, and then you would then take this. Hold on here, let me put that back. It is control. So you would take this in the last touch here, and then potentially its downside target is no, that's not right. That would be a negative target. I don't know. Maybe those aren't working right there on this chart. It's on the log chart. That shouldn't have done that, but okay. So it looks like it could go down some there. Let's look at bank token so we can get on over to what I was doing. So bank token here, if it could go back up here. All right, so I showed a bullish divergence here the last time we were looking at this token. Showed a bullish divergence here, and we have gone up. This is on the 4-hour chart, so we could have a little more, or this could have been what its move was. Although from that moment there, we were able to move up. Let's see. That's a 5% move on bank token. Let's look at Strike here real quick. So Strike is still underneath its 2618 on this trend fib that I pulled here, and it ran through just about every one of them and went all the way to the 4236 and has then rejected, coming down. We had a bullish divergence, came up, had a bullish divergence come up, and we've stayed basically under the 2 level. I did take some profit at a little over the 2 level back here. So I'm kind of liking that position. I'd like to get more back of it back over here at at 1.5 ADA per token. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm looking to re-enter my own there. I could be missing out. We could be, you know, running all kinds of other things there. It is what it is. I have made a good over 10x profit on that one, so I'm sitting in complete profits on that token since I got in at the pre-sale. Let's look at some World Mobile. World Mobile has been getting a lot of attention because their product is about to come out. There's a lot of people that don't understand what it's doing, and other things there. So if we don't know, they are a mobile network that anyone can create their own mobile network via their chain. World Mobile Chain has a gas token, World Mobile Token, and it is a layer 3 on base network. It has a Cardano native token, World Mobile Token WTMX. WMTX. It's on Ethereum, it's on Base, it's on a couple of other exchanges as well. So this is a very, I will have to say, this is my largest holding. I believe completely in this product, and you know, I've actually built a game to run on their chain and flip their token. We'll talk about that here in a little bit as well. So enough about the Cardano native assets. If you want to know some more, maybe y'all can tell me that y'all want a show specifically to the top 20 Cardano native tokens, and maybe I can do a 12-hour TA once a week on that. If you do like that, want that, go ahead and let me know down in the description or in the chat below or in the comments below, and let me know if you want that. So let's go over and look at the liquidation heat map. Go ahead and refresh from when I was down there. So we do have a good amount of liquidity, 92 million up at 81 cents. This has changed a little bit since when I was looking at it earlier. Down at 77 cents is 83 million. You do have a good amount in both sides. Let's see what BOK has to say on their S-Trade here, S-Trade ADA. And while we're doing that, we will come over and read this. Alrighty, that's my live read, so I had to make sure I don't mess it up here. So just so we know, BOK is one of the sponsors of our channel. They have these assets that we are using that do AI sentiment, market analysis, gives you all kinds of things. You can even take a screenshot of your chart, drop it in, and they'll tell you things about it. So just so you know, BOK analyzes the entire market sentiment, volume flows, trend signals, and momentum shifts, and feeds me a clear, calculated trade bias before I even open the chart. It's like having a second set of eyes that don't miss. Whether I'm scalping on the 5-minute or swinging on the 4-hour, I always check what BOK is seeing. It cuts through the noise and helps me decide if I'm going long, short, or if I'm just going to sit still. If you're in DeFi, leverage trading, or even spot, BOK AI has got your back. And trust me, once you use it, you won't want to trade blind again. So going back over here we go. All right, so let's see, what did it have to say here? So it wants a long trade now. I will have to say I'm currently in a short that is in profit. I might get stopped out on it, but hey, that's what matters. I'll show y'all that in a little bit. Let's read what BOK AI has to say. Looking at the last day of ADA price action using the 15-minute candles. Let me get some water in here. Need to hydrate. ADA has experienced a downtrend from 80.2 cents to the current price of 79.5. Significant drop between 10:15 and 11, falling from 79.6 to 79. Recent price action shows a small recovery from the low of 79, currently 79.5. The price appears to be performing a potential reversal pattern with higher lows. Trade recommendation is a long scalp trade with the 3x, current entry market price, stop loss. Damn, they only want you to have a stop loss of 0.5%. They're really tight on this stop loss here. I guess that shows maybe how much they believe in it. Oh, they're trying to tell you to use $1,000 on this trade. Okay. They want you to take a 1% price, half of your trade at 80.5, and then the other half at 81.5, a 2% rise. It's saying that it should take between 4 and 8 hours. Gives you a little risk management here. 1 to 2% of your account following a 1 to 2 risk ratio. This program uses a 1 to 2. I use a 3.3, or at least I tend to. And let's see, recent price. Consideration after the drop suggests buyers are stepping in. Volume profile should be monitored. Increasing volume on the recovery would validate the long position. Considering taking profit at 50% at the first target to secure your gains. This is always good. Move your stop loss into profits once you're in a profit enough to cover your trade. And once you get up enough, make sure you take about 50% of your profit. If not, just take the whole thing. Make sure that you're taking profits along the ways. Screenshotting what your profit would have been does not count. Just so we know. I do it too, so you know, hey, I made it, and then I give it right back. The casino giveth, and the casino taketh away. All right, so let's go over and look at the chart. With that being said here, let's go over and read my next one. So also, guys, Chart Prime Pro is another channel sponsor. I do implore you to use Chart Prime Pro on your trade analysis. It definitely helps a lot, gives you lots of indicators, and we'll show you them here in a minute. But I just like to tell you, I don't just eyeball the charts. I use Chart Prime's premium indicators every single day, even when I'm not on this channel, when I'm doing my own trades, when I'm on my phone, I'm at work, all kinds of stuff. And I look at it, I'm using all the Chart Prime Pro indicators that I can fit on my chart, and I make that OC Mexican spaghetti. All right, so whether it's reversal signals, smart money zones, or trend strength, this suite gives me the edge. A clean, powerful, and it works on any time frame. That's from the 1 minute to the 1 month, 1 year, everything. Chart Prime Pro gives me everything I'm looking for. So if you're tired of guessing and you want to trade smart with data-backed signals, grab Chart Prime Pro through my link in the description below. It does count as a revenue stream and does come back as revenue to our holders, our Hydra token and HODL Pass owners. So jump back in here. All right, so we are looking at the chart on the 15-minute. So let's back out to the 4-hour and let's see what we're looking at here. So we do have a bullish divergence with a blue dot and an up reversal from the 4-hour chart. And we do have, I do have to say that the money flow is green, but it is almost coming straight down. And you do have a coming out on your volume as well. Your volume is red. You are starting to not be as pink, and it did not get to the clipping of almost orange on my chart here. You are below the 70 on the RSI, so that could show. But I do want to say that once we did not claim the next volume profile that is here from 87.7 up to $13.14, once we didn't claim that and we came back down into the previous value area or volume profile. And when you come in and you lose the top of that, you tend to see where you come all the way back down to the value area low of 60 cents on this one. So what I was putting on there is, could we see 70 cents? 70 cents is the POC. So once you lose the value area high and you reclaim this, you should expect to find at least the POC, which would be at 70.7 cents. So I'm actually in a short, and my take profit is a little above that 70.7 to see if anybody front runs it and other things there. I am in a 33x leveraged, so I am already in profit, and I have moved my stop, so I could lose this trade before it gets there, but it's not losing because I'm already in profit. Always secure your profits, because if you don't secure your profits along the way, this means nothing other than you're just having fun. So if you want to make sure you're just having fun and want to do it that way, that's cool. But trade like $5 on like 50x leverage and it's like a scratch off ticket. But you know, other than that, it is what it is. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. I do see that. Let me remove these. So no, not that. Trying to delete these so when I move lower, it's not in the way. All right, so going down to the 1 hour chart here, and let's start turning on some Chart Prime indicators. Let's see what they have to show us here. We're looking at the RSI. Let's move this out of the way so we can have a little more screen here. All right, so these here are the order blocks from Chart Prime Pro, and they give you how much and what volume in what direction is left in these order blocks. So this here is a high volume order block. This is a high volume order block, and this is a loud order block along with this one above us. With high volume, it wants to volume here first, but that doesn't mean that it has to go to the high volume first. But the louds, it almost always gets to the louds at some point. So they are above us. The money flow POC is above us as well. So let's look and see what is below us. Chart Prime also provides us these volume fair market value gaps, which is what is here in this zone. If you can see that, it is covered by the same order block as well. So this is a confluence area for price action. In this area, there is a fair market gap here, if I could say my words properly. And you do have one down here. Apparently my mouse wanted to spaz out. And then you have one even further down here at 73. So going to the 30-minute chart here, if you also can tell, I have the Bollinger Bands on as well. So we've been riding the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. We did come back up top the Bollinger Bands, and now look like we are not getting back over the halfway point of the Bollinger Bands. So we should expect the bottom of the Bollinger Bands on the 30-minute chart, which would be down here at 78.2. That would also be almost the middle of this descending trading channel that it is drawing. And then it also shows you this falling wedge pattern that it drew here. And if it is playing this falling wedge pattern, it could be trying to come back and retest while also grabbing the bottom of this and the bottom of our trading channel. That would be a price confluence down here between 76.6 and 75.3. And that brings you down there. Now let's go down to the 15-minute chart to see where we're at here. We are below the middle of the Bollinger Bands. We kind of are riding on the bottom. We did just tap this high volume here with 100% sell volume. 100% sell volume and 12.1% of the volume in this entire value area that it is collecting data from. I think I tell it to show the last 10. In Chart Prime, you can change all of those indicators and do whatever you would like there. This is showing a bullish divergence though on the 15-minute, I do believe. So let's see here, from here up, that is up if we want to zoom in. This is down if we want to show that. That could have been this reversal that it's done already as well. Just so we know, that could have already been played out, hit the high volume order block and is then rejecting. Wanted to go back to potentially this high volume and this high volume, which are both sells 9% and 10% respectively. So that is potential as well. So confluence on my short. I am still in my short. Let's see, when did I get into, oh no, I am not still in my short. I did get closed out. Let's see, what was my profit here? I got $5 profit. I got a 12% win there. So we're back at the top here. This is using BitTuneX. So I do want y'all to see how this system here does work. I do definitely like how it works. It is a centralized exchange, so don't leave your money on this. Use your play money and other things like that, only your trading account. I want to actually enter another short here, honestly. And let's put our stop loss above the Bollinger Bands. We are on the 1 minute here, so I am trading the 1 minute chart with, you know, obviously a lot going on here, so we can move the stop loss like that. It's really nice to play with it on the computer where you can just play and drag your stop loss and your take profit. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to put my take profit all the way down here if it actually gets here at 70.86, just in case for some reason some crazy shit happens. My stop loss is above me, and what I'll do is, say we come down here below this bottom of the Bollinger Bands and I'm in a profit of that much, then I would just move the stop loss down to that point and guarantee my my profit. What Bollinger Bands do I use, JR? That was just the traditional Bollinger Bands. That is just the traditional BB, Bollinger Bands indicator from right here, Bollinger Bands. Just traditional Bollinger Bands is the ones that I was using. I haven't really looked at many different ones there. Let's look at some of the other chart prime indicators as well and make sure that I'm not making a mistake in my process here. So we do have a sell plus from chart prime. We are under our dynamic reactors. When you see a sell signal and it is under the dynamic reactors, that is when you should think about using and taking that advice. Now that may be take that advice once it hits this. So you could be looking at a potential limit short at like 80.86. But I'm kind of a degen sometimes, so I like to jump in. Also, that's kind of like the point of the show, is to show y'all some trades. I really wanted to show you how Bit2Next works. But I do have to say that this could be a bullish divergence, and that bullish divergence could bring us back up here to this to find it and roll over. So if you want, you could be, let's see, what is our stop loss? 79.72, and that's up. This one is at 80.56, so that would get stopped. That's 80.56. That's like way up here is where that one is at on the 1 minute chart. So we could get stopped out going that direction and everything, but let's see, what is our stop loss at anyway? So our stop would lose us $5. So we just made $5 and then we could lose $5. So essentially we make nothing and we just play around and have some fun. Yes, Ada Ace alias is Aqua. So correct. Aqua is Ada Ace. Aqua is the profile from HydroDrip, and Ada Ace is my personal Discord and YouTube and X page. So we did just go over the middle of the Bollinger Bands. We are leaving this trading channel that we were in. So we could be coming up to grab my stop loss. We could be coming up to come up to what we were talking about. That could be a potential quick scalp long to take as well. Let's come down and look at the 5 minute chart here and see what we're looking at. So we did have a quick bullish divergence here. It has reacted. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm over time here and my wife needed to leave. Had to say bye. You know, gotta give the loves. I think, yeah, and here is this at the top of the Bollinger Band. So we could just be coming here. Could just be coming here to the top of the Bollinger Bands. We do have a sell signal. We are below it. Could have got it here and grabbed that short there. It's kind of what I did the first time, as I grabbed this short and I took my stop loss once it came back over it up here. So just to show y'all, that's what we're in. I may got here and it could come back up. But I'm more looking for us to head down from here. We could, like I said, come back up and grab this at 80 here, and that would go back with the liquidations at 81. Yeah, you do have volume below us, but it is heavier above us currently, so we could be coming back up to grab this. If you don't know what this is a new one that is free here, and it gives you the last time the price was at the RSI was oversold or overbought and what the volume area was of that time frame. So these could be using this to come back up and then reject it potentially, is kind of what we've seen here, where it comes back up, rejects, and then continues down. So who knows really where it's at. Could be up, could be down. Market open happens soon and everything there. So let's get over to Strike real quick. I want to talk about Strike. Currently we can't make any trades on Strike because there's not enough liquidity. So if you have liquidity, either ADA or SNEC, go ahead and go provide your liquidity over there. Currently the ADA all-time asset return is minus 13%. That is down from minus 18%, so we're doing good there. The USD all-time return on that is 9.2%, so you're only losing value in ADA, not in USD. SNEC has a positive return. They just gave the futures on SNEC. They also said that they have Bitcoin futures coming and some other great crazy things coming with their V2 update. So if you want to know some more about Strike, go on over to strikefinance.org and look up their stuff. If you want to buy their token, you can have their token. You can stake their token for the rewards from their use of the DEX. 77.87% of the circulating supply is already staked, and they have distributed almost 300,000 ADA. Currently, they just flipped over. Their next distribution will be on 8/11, and right now that is a little less than 10,000, but we still have a lot of days to gain more there. Quickly. Coming in, Mecha Labs. Mecha Labs is another one that you've kind of seen up there in the top over there, and these are minting now. Once you buy these, they're going to buy Bitcoin miners with some of the funds, and it creates an entire ecosystem where the ARC frames, as the NFTs are, can be upgraded. They can die, all kinds of things, and that's all by the choices of you. So also, we have another partner that is minting meme miner passes. These guys are on their public mint. They're 75 ADA. And what they provide currently is this. So each one of their passes is respective to amount of their tokens. And a bronze is like 100,000 tokens, silver 250, as you can see here. You can take these NFTs and get your mine token for them. You do take a 10% reduction, and that 10% does go to their treasury. But what they're using these, their ADA for, is to buy yielding assets like my own assets, like the mechas, like Titan Bank, other things like that that are yielding assets, and then they yield those returns back to their holders. They also get a 50% royalties and 100% of the staking claim once the staking asset gets going. So that is meme miners. And here is my project. I am Aqua, also ADA Ace, and HODL passes are our NFTs. And if you want to get some of those, this will get you into the Cardano ecosystem. It gets you a plethora of tokens. Each one of the NFTs that you do mint adds more yield to your yield bag, and they stack. There's bonuses for the amounts that you hold. If you hold 5 of a kinds, if you hold 5 of a kinds, if you hold a strike, all kinds of things. It's all here. But we are yielding our own token: Hydra, Wojak Blue, CTV, World Mobile, SNEC, Bodega, Igon, Bank, and Angels through our staking platform. Once we get to 1,500 mints, which we're a little over 1,200, we'll be adding 2 more tokens and then adding more to all of the rest of the tokens so their yield can potentially go higher. So one more thing, want to show you the last thing here is Bit2Next. They're a new sponsor and everything there. So get in, do your trading there. Please be responsible. Do not add more than you can afford to lose. Use a stop loss. You are not as intelligent as you think you are, and that's not something to, to say that you're not smart, but the market makers are smarter than we are. So use a stop loss, take profits when you have them, it doesn't matter if it's a 10% win. If it's over what you spent, you're still making money. A win is a win, and learn how to take those. I'm talking to myself as well because I have a hard time with that. I always want to hit a grand slam, and I don't take the singles, when if I took the singles, I would be probably not even working in real life right now, honestly. You know, if you can trade $10,000 in a margin and you can take a 10% win, you can make $100, and you can do that over and over and over again. If you're trading the 5-minute chart, if you have the discipline to use stop losses and take profits when you have them, it definitely is good for us there. So that being said, I am over. I don't want to run into the other people. Go see everybody else. Somebody else has to start here in like 4 minutes, I have to say, and whatnot. If y'all do know who that is, drop the links in the comments down there. And I do have to go to work. So y'all have a great day. Thank y'all.